Hey everybody, back again, and today we're just going to be finishing up a knife or two that I've been working on the side. Obviously I haven't been making videos over the past holidays, just been spending some time with family and friends, and I still have been producing knives. I'll just throw up a little short, like a slideshow of a couple of the blades I've finished. They're all up on the shop, so if you wanted to go check them out, go check them out. The last two are the ones that are currently in the works that you're going to be seeing me work on today. I don't know if I'm going to finish both today, but we'll see where the day takes us, see how much time I have and how much sunlight it gives us. It is wintertime here right now, so everything is covered in snow. It is pretty cold, but that hasn't stopped me from keeping going and doing my work. So let's get over to the workbench and I'll kind of show you what I'm up to. So I have been working on a couple of knives. I've been getting a lot of cherry wood and tiger wood. This is Brazilian cherry. I've been using chisels just to split it up so that way I have burn-through sized handles. This is going to be a burn-through tang survival knife. You may have seen it on Facebook already. You may not have. It's going to be a nice big bladed guy. Just need to clean up the guard, do some more fit up work with the tang, and then obviously shape the handle and attach everything. And then we've got a sax. So this is going to just be your simple sax, you know, Viking style sax with a knuckle guard, just so that way people don't bust their knuckles. Obviously, still has a lot of work to be done, grinding the blade, grinding the handle, shining up and reprofiling the end on the knuckle guard. But that's what we're up to right now. So I'm going to put up a slideshow right now. And that's all I've been working on in between the videos. So no, I didn't fall off the wagon. No, I didn't die. My videos are still going to be coming. I was just taking a break over the holidays from making videos to allow me to have more time with the family. So what I'm going to be doing is working on the guard for that fighting knife, survival knife. This was also made out of a file. As you can see, there is a slight cold shut right there that I'm going to grind out, as well as, where is it? Right here. There's a little bit of a cold shut going on right there. When I had it in the little fullering tool that I made, my fullering tool was actually starting to bite. I didn't realize it had a notch in it, and it ended up making those. So if you have a fullering tool, make sure it's round before you hit your stock, or else you can put weird shapes in it. Lesson learned. Don't use mild steel to make a fullering tool. Anyway, so we're going to be working on this next. Going to be throwing the cup, the wire cup, on the angle grinder to just clean it up, and then do some grinding with a grinding disc to get rid of these D-lamps. Safety first, folks. Oh, by the way, new sweatshirt, Hooker's Blades. It's not merch. I got it from a relative for Christmas. They're very supportive of the small business. I look like a nerdy Fallout character. The things I do for making knives, folks. I swear to God. Let's play. So now we've got that all cleaned up, ground out all of the issues that we were having, and managed to keep that file pattern in most of it. Kind of gave it a ridge this way, nice and shiny and flat on the top. It's not exactly the best lighting today, and my phone's camera kind of sucks, but you can kind of get the gist. It's got a very nice spiraling file pattern to it. So now all I gotta do is square this up just a touch until these two made up nice and tight. So give me just a minute, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna do that real quick, and then I'll see you guys here in just 2 seconds. Alrighty, so we've gotten that fit up a whole lot tighter now. So the next step is going to be doing some pre-shaping on our burn-through handle. So for that, I'm going to be going over to my vise. I'm going to be using this big monster of a disc. This is an angle grinder wood cutting disc, or wood sanding disc. This cherry wood, this Brazilian cherry, you do have to wear your respirator at all times when you're working with this stuff, because the dust in it has some toxins in it. It's not going to be a problem once I get the handle finished and sanded and all that other stuff, but when you're actually sanding, you don't want to get a large amount of this stuff in your lungs. It is really pretty wood, and it is really hard. Like this little bench bandsaw that I have, it's a Delta bench bandsaw. It dulls the blades on it immediately, so I've taken to just using chisels to split this from the big chunks, so that way I can just shape it with the angle grinder tool from there. It's a lot faster and a lot more efficient that way. So one thing that I've learned in the time I've been bladesmithing is that if you find an issue or you find a problem with something your equipment's doing, improvise. Look into history. Try and find a way that you can do it with more speed and less effort. It might not be as clean in the cut process, for example. When I chisel it, it's not perfectly cut, right? But it gives me a big enough piece to where I can then go with my angle grinder and clean this up into a really nice handle. And saves my bandsaw blades and saves me a lot of time waiting for that to cut. So I'm going to head over, I'm going to get this pre-shaped real quick, and then I'll be right back. I'm not going to bore you guys with footage of me sanding a handle to a rough shape with an angle grinder, because there's no sparks, there's lots of dust and me sitting there. So I'll be right back. Give me 2 seconds. So we've got our little pear handle shaped. Now all I've got to do is clean it up on the belt sander a little bit. I'm going to go throw my respirator back on and then get this all cleaned up. After that, I'll show you guys the finished look of the handle, and well, before it's epoxied together. And then we'll get it all put together. I'll get the handle oiled and cleaned up, and we'll sharpen the knife and be done. Alrighty, so we've got that all polished up and cleaned up, nice and shiny, nice and smooth. You can really see the grain starting to pop on that. It's going to look really nice once it's finished. So now I'm going to go inside. If I don't drop this, good thing it's hardwood. Didn't end up getting any. Yeah, it didn't end up getting hurt. Anyway, gonna go glue this whole guy together, and that's about what we're gonna be looking at when it's finished. Nice big pear gripped fighting knife with a very large knuckle guard in order to protect the hand. Since it is a fighting knife, it has a bent out style, so that way it stays out in front a little bit better. This will be hitting the shop sometime soon. I'm just going to finish this one up and the other one, and then they're going to go up at the same time. So I will see you guys here in a minute after I get inside and get everything set up to epoxy this together. So now we are inside in the garage where it is a little warmer, because the epoxy is not going to work as well or as fast in the cold as it will somewhere a little warmer. These have an optimal curing range, but these are the 5-minute clear weld. I use this on almost every knife handle that I put together, just because it's 5-minute epoxy. So once I mix these two pieces, the resin and the hardener, I have 5 minutes to get everything constructed. So it gives me a decent amount of time with how fast I put everything together with all the designs I use, even if it's a pin handle or whatnot. And it also has a really high bond strength. It's water resistant. It's a really good agent for putting blades together. So now I'm just basically going to fill up that slot there in the handle where the tang fits up. And what I do is I tend to fill it almost all the way up with the epoxy, so it binds all the way around and make sure that everywhere that this tang is touching, this is touching. I also ground a few notches into the tang, kind of like a stepladder pattern on the corners. That way the epoxy has a place to kind of hold it back and grab it. So that way it's an even more secure construction than if I were to just, fill this and slide it in. So I'm gonna get this all assembled. Probably gonna just do a little speedy time lapse of me putting this thing together because it takes a minute to stir this all up. And you're looking for equal amounts of both here. So you want equal parts resin, equal parts hardener on this stuff, which is really nice because it makes it nice and easy to get the right amount. That should be plenty. So now you want to mix it basically until, it's kind of hard to show in a styrofoam cup, but it's basically going to get cloudy when you start mixing it. And you're going to keep mixing it until it goes clear again. Once it goes clear, that means the reaction's kind of fully started and it's going to start to cure. It means that it's going to bind everywhere. You're not going to have some epoxy that's just resin or just hardener here or there that's going to, not harden up or leave voids, all that kind of nasty stuff. So it does take a couple of good stirs to get it done. And what I like to do is just use these plastic spoons for this because the rear acts like a little reservoir, the back end, and I can hold it by the top here. Then I can just let it run off the spoon into the handle in the hole, right where I want it to go. And I kind of just try and get all along the top edges first. Let it run down from there. Then, if you want to be faster about it, this is why I use the styrofoam cups. Then we're just going to take our napkin here, clean up some of this excess that it pushed out. Just going to tap it on the ground a few times to seat this fully. And now we just wait for that epoxy to finish hardening. And I'm just going to clean up a little bit of excess here. And I'll get back to you guys once it's all hardened. So that does it for this video. If you guys like what you see, go ahead and hit subscribe and the bell icon so you don't miss future videos. Like I said, I did take a quick break over the holidays, but I'm going to be back to my regular upload schedule of about once every other week for a regular length video, shorts every once in a while as I'm finishing projects or building new projects. I sell all these blades on Etsy. I sell all kinds of different stuff, not just knives, axes, swords. I sell rings. I'm gonna have to make a few more for the shop because they are sold out at the moment. I do make copper bracelets and a couple of other, ornamental things, some fun tools like bottle openers made out of railroad spikes, all that kind of fun stuff. My Etsy store is Hooker's Blades. It's all one word there. on Etsy without the apostrophe. It's just Hooker's Blades, one continuous word. You'll find me over on Etsy if you were looking to purchase anything up there. I also have a Squarespace website. It's just hookersblades.squarespace.com if you guys want to check that out as well. It links directly to some of my listings that are featured, ones that I kind of think that people would like more, you know, the fancier stuff. So go ahead and check me out. God bless. Love you guys. Stay safe out there. Watch out for idiot drivers. You don't want to have to buy a new truck.